Today I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite interventions for elementary school counseling. First up, I have this little mini paper shredder. You can see it is currently filled right now. I call this my worry monster. It has, seen some better days with the eyes. This is the second pair of eyes that I've put on it, and it did have the pupil and everything, but it fell off. But anyways, I use this as an intervention tool for worry and anxiety. You have little pieces of paper, and I have the students write down whatever it is that they're worrying about, they're anxious about, whatever is going on in their mind, and then they put it in here and they shred it, they feed it to the worry monster, and the worry monster eats their worries. So this is used to help get those thoughts and those things that they're fixated on out of their brain, and it's like a visual of getting rid of those thoughts. I've had this for a few years now, and I'm surprised of how much the kids really enjoy this. Next up, I have this little chart that I made. So this is sorting cards, and for this one, it's between appropriate and not appropriate. So I just made this, basic mat on Canva, and I laminated this paper to keep it nice and sturdy. And then I have these cards of different situations, and I have students sort them between what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. So I have different cards that they sort through. So some appropriate things would be giving a high five, giving a hug, and then the inappropriate things would be talking about dating, making kissing faces, drawing pictures of weapons, pretending to have weapons. That's all not appropriate. So they would sort between them and then discuss what makes something appropriate and what makes something not appropriate. Next up, I have this social story. So really just social stories in general. I really only typically use social stories for kindergarten and first grade, maybe second, kind of depending on the student's developmental level, where they're at developmentally. So this one I made, this one is called That's Not Fair. I use this a lot with my students who have a hard time regulating their emotions, controlling themselves, kind of, throwing tantrums, having outbursts. So I work on them with this story. We'll read it every time I see them, and then in it has these 4 coping skills that we practice every time. Next, I have the tattle snake. This is from Counselor Carrie. I'm sure you can find this on TPT still, but this comes with a little story about the tattle snake. This one is printed out, but I usually have it displayed on Google Slides and read it that way from the board. But I also have it printed out, kind of take it with me if I need to, or work on it in my office instead of a whole class setting. This is the story about the tattle snake. It's a snake who learns about what tattling is, and then it has the character, the tattle snake, and then there's the get help goat. And as you can see, I put these on paper bags, and vowels are cut out in each of them. And then it comes with these situation cards, and so students will read through the cards, and then they're going to decide if it's something that's tattling or something that they can get help with. And then depending on if it's a tattle or something they get help with, they feed it to either the goat or the snake. You can really use this with any grade. I typically use this with kindergarten, but this past year I also brought it out and used it with 4th graders because they were also having a problem with tattling. So you can really use it with any grade. I found that it worked well for both my 4th graders and my kindergartners. Next up is these iMessage puzzles. So you have the mat that kind of shows you the sentence structure of how to use an iMessage. So I feel when you, could you please? And then it has a set of puzzle pieces, And these have the feeling ones for the top part of the puzzle. It has the middle ones for when you, and then the bottom part of could you. So there's a lot of different feelings, when use, and could use in here. And so students will sort through these and try to match them up to create a sentence. And not all of these puzzle pieces flow together, so not all the sentences make sense together. So I make sure that they really are reading through these sentences and making sure that the pieces they fit together actually make sense together. So like this one says, I feel disappointed when you say I can't be your friend anymore. Could you please work quietly? Now, that doesn't really make sense. Asking them to work quietly is not going to solve the problem that they have. So they would need to find a different one of these could you pieces to finish this sentence. And so there's lots and lots of different puzzle pieces that they can use to make different sentences. And I like this a lot for teaching students about iMessages. My absolute favorite intervention for like anything is the little feeling spots. So I have like all of the things that go with this. So first of all, I have the box set of the little feeling spots, and this one has all of the like basic feeling spots like peaceful, angry, mad, love, confidence, all of those. I have this box set. I also have two other of the feeling box sets on my bookshelf I have one that's holidays, which is just kind of like more fun to use around different holidays. And then I have one that's like more advanced feelings. And then I have the little feeling plushies that go along with each one of these books. So like this one is the angry spot, and this one is scribble spot. The students love scribble. Scribble is their all-time favorite spot. So each one of these goes with one of these books, and you read through the books. And I really like these because each one of these books has a coping skill that you can use in it depending on that feeling. So each book, the students learn about what that feeling is, what it looks like, some situations where they might feel that feeling, and then what they can do about that feeling. So I really love these. And to go with that, I also had the little spot of feelings and emotions educator guide. So this is just a guide of how to use the books, certain questions to ask, activities that go along with the books. And then I also have a pacing guide to go along with it, so I can pace myself throughout the year of the order of introducing these feelings, activities to do with them. And I really highly recommend using this with your younger students. And one more thing that I have with my little feeling spots is the emotion cards. I got the jumbo flashcards, and so it has tons and tons of different feeling words, and they're all separated by each feeling spots. Like these pink ones are love, the gray ones are anxiety, and they have all of the feelings, and there's so many different feelings. The way I use this is when I introduce one of the feeling spots, we read the book about that feeling spot, and then we go over the different words that you can use with that feeling. So instead of just saying I'm angry, you could be like I'm mad, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, all those different feeling words. So kind of expanding on their emotional vocabulary. So if you're not already using the little feeling spots with your younger students, I highly recommend picking it up and getting started with it. If you take anything away from any of these interventions, this is my number one. The whole feeling spots, all of the things, the cards, the books, the plushies, the curriculum guide, everything, get it all. I promise it's worth it. Similar to the feeling spots, I also have the book set of Ninja Life Skills. So this is very similar to the spots, except instead of feeling spots, they're ninjas. And so I also have a couple of the little ninja feeling guys. And these ones are cool because they flip. So they have two different feelings in one. I don't really use these as much as I use the little spots, but they are just kind of fun to have around. And I like this for my older students, like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, because these are a little more advanced. These are a little more advanced in the feeling spots. So it's like self-discipline, motivation, impulse. So like those more advanced feelings that like kindergarten may not be able to fully understand yet. So what I like to do is when they're younger, they learn about the feeling spots. As they transition into the older grades, they start to learn the ninja life hacks, which is again more of those like advanced feelings. This is very similar to the feeling spots where it kind of talks about what the certain ninja is. So like this motivation ninja talks about being motivated, what that means, what that looks like, times that motivation's important, and then it also goes through like how to use that certain skill, emotion, feeling, whatever the certain book is. Another book that I really like is What Should Danny Do? Now this one is the school day version. They have other versions too. There's also a Darla one, so like a girl instead of a boy, and I also have the Darla book. But I really like this one for teaching students about their choices, the power of the choices they make, and how their choices that they make influence other things and have an impact on other things that happen. So this is like a choose your own adventure kind of book. So you read through it and then you get to certain parts of the book and you have to make a choice, and depending on the choice that you make, you go to the certain page in the book and keep reading based on that choice. So it really teaches kids how you have the power to make your own choices and how the choices that you make have consequences, either positive or negative consequences based on what you choose. So I really like this one for helping kids understand how they have the power to make their own decisions and how their decisions impact themselves, other people around them, and just how their day flows. Next up, I have these board game sets. These are from Amazon. This one is 6 social skills games, and then this one is 6 conflict resolution games. I really like both of these. I kind of just got them on a whim once. I saw them on Amazon and I was like, well, I mean, let's try them. But I really like these. They're an easy thing to just kind of throw in when you need it. If you're running like a small group, it's easy to just kind of throw it in at the end to reinforce some of those skills you've been learning about. I really like how this one has stuff about like bullying in it, identifying bullying, how to solve conflicts. And this one I really like too. It has like social scenario puzzles, which is I really like. It has what's fair and unfair, like sorting activity, which I really enjoy, and then just other games. So I really enjoy these. I was pleasantly surprised with how much I end up grabbing these and using these. I have these little mindful talk cards. I got these from Temu, but I know you can also get them from Amazon because I've seen them on there as well. So this is just a set of cards and they are sorted into different categories. So there's emotions, mindful, inquiry, and expression. So there's those different categories of cards, and each card just obviously has a different question on it based on the category, and they're color coded, which is wonderful. We love color coding. I like this a lot for kind of getting to know students. I kind of use them more as conversation starters and kind of getting an idea of like where they're already at. I really enjoy this from Hand to Mind. This is Learn About Feelings. It's a little box set that comes with some cards and some dice. This is what it looks like inside. I really like this for emotional development, regulation, identifying emotions, expressing emotions, all the emotion things. So I like that it has different types of cards to use with emotions. So it has these more like cartoonish, full body pictures, so you can kind of see like what does the whole body look like when you're feeling a certain emotion. It's not just a face, and it's not just like an emoji face, it's more of an actual person and what their body looks like. So being able to identify that body language. And my favorite part of this box is these like situational cards. So it has different situations where the student needs to name the emotion that they would feel for that situation. And I really like that these are like real life, real pictures, not just a cartoon pictures. So this is a little more applicable for their actual daily life. So like, would they be scared during a thunderstorm? If they say they'd be happy, well, I don't know. Is that the right feeling to feel for a thunderstorm? Would you be scared of a shark, or would you be excited to see a shark? What's this dog feeling? It's pretty cool, pretty happy, silly, goofy. I like to start with first these feeling cards and seeing what feelings students already know, which ones we need to work on, and then transitioning into the more situational ones about identifying emotions. It also comes with these question dice, and then these dice where you match the body and the face together for the feeling. There we go, like that. I honestly don't really use the dice a whole lot. I like these ones for the matching the body to the face, but these question dice, honestly, I don't think I've used these ones. I mostly just really like these cards. And then last up, I have this box of Jenga, and I actually turned this into a coping skills Jenga. So what I did is on the different Jenga blocks, let me find one, I put different colored smiley faces. So there's 4 different colors, and then based on the color that they pull, they have to do one of these coping skills. So the blue one, they take 5 deep breaths. The other one, they have to think of 2 happy thoughts. For pink, they do 1 tight self-hug. And the green one, they have to count to 10 and backwards. Not all of these have one of the stickers on them. Some of them are blank. But when they pull one that has one of those smiley faces on it, they have to practice that coping skill. This was just a really basic way to turn a simple game of Jenga into a coping skills game. I almost forgot about this. This is my Feelings dartboard. It is from Amazon. I just got it this year, and the kids love this thing. They love throwing these darts and seeing what feeling they land on. And it is double-sided, so this side has like the rings, and the other side is more like a traditional dartboard. You can't really see it, but I really enjoy this because it helps give like names to feelings and more emotional recognition of what different feelings are. It also comes with 2 different card games that you can play with it, but honestly, I don't really use those too much. I just use the plain old darts and the board. And that is all of my favorite elementary school counseling interventions. This is obviously not all of the things I use, and I don't use all of these every day, all the time. These are just the ones that I found to be really helpful and the ones I grab again and again. Let me know what your favorites are. If you have some of these, if there's others that you really like, let me know. As always, I have my TPT link down below if you want to go and check that out. That would be awesome. And that is it. Bye.